Hey guys, welcome back to another product video for this GameSir G7 Pro game controller. So this is going to be a product overview video, so let's get into it. Let me show you how the product looks, all the features it has, and then I'll give my overall feedback at the end. Alright, so here's your game controller right here. It has a charging base with the cool LED light right here. It comes with your RF receiver if you want to plug this in to your Windows computer. It comes with these two extra buttons right here that you could customize this right here. Since this is a wired game controller for your Xbox and a wireless controller for your Android phone or laptops. This is how the game controller looks. You have your thumbsticks right here. You have all your different buttons. On the bottom here, you have your 3.5mm jack right here. Here's your power button. Here's your mute button. On the back, you can set the depth of your trigger buttons like so. Right here, this is where you set your controller to either RF mode, off, or Bluetooth. You're able to lock these back buttons by switching this like so. And now these buttons are locked. Here's your charging plate right here. Cool feature is that you're able to take off the faceplate like so. So if you want to give it a cool look, you're also able to take off the grips on both sides. So the faceplates and the grips, they're held on by magnets like that. If you want to replace this button here, you just slide it off. And then you can just place the new one that you want right there. So it's very easy to move. Then you put it back, and then you can set it up like this if you want the smooth or if you want the grips like so. So it's very easy to customize this. Let me show you the gameplay and I'll show you the app that it comes with. So this is how the base looks. This is where it charges the game controller. This is where you plug in your USB-C cord. A cool feature that when you open up this compartment here, you're able to plug in the RF adapter to the USB port right here, like so. Now the RF will be talking to your game controller, so you could charge it. Here's your extra long USB-A to USB-C game cord. This will be used either on our Xbox system or if you want to use this with your Windows computer as a wired controller. The battery life on this lasts a decent amount of time and it charges within a few hours to a full charge. So this is how the GameSir software looks on the Windows. So you could adjust your vibration with your triggers. That's right here, force left trigger vibration. And then you could set the sync left trigger vibration. You can set your trigger dead zones. You can set up your hair trigger modes like so. You can set up the report rate by 250 Hertz, 500 or 1000 Hertz. Your stick dead zones, your motions right here, your settings, auto on and off, your dock lighting, and then even you could map out your buttons. If you want to test the buttons, you go here and you can see all the different to show how much the buttons are working. You see your thumbstick right here and the buttons, the back buttons. You could update the firmware from here, and then you can set up 4 different profiles of how you want to use the game controller. And then here, this shows the different buttons right here. And then if you want to map them out, you always map it to whichever button that you want to set there. If you want to set your right thumbstick to something else, you go set that up. You can see that I set up the RF adapter right here, and I'm going to use the game controller wirelessly. I feel all the vibration every time I hit my trigger buttons. The vibration feels nice and strong. So you can see how well that the controller works. Okay, so once you're ready to pair this to your Android phone, you're gonna move the slider to Bluetooth mode, like so. And then you're gonna turn it on. Long press the X button. Once you see like that, you're gonna bring down your Bluetooth button on your phone. And then it's already loaded up right here, GameSir G7 Pro. So once you pair it, you press pair. And now once you see the solid button, once you see the solid light, that means that it's paired to your phone. So you can see how well that this game controller works with the Android games Asphalt 9. If you're interested in buying one of these, I'm going to post a link in the description and you can buy this from Amazon.com. Overall, this is a great game controller. I like how well the game controller works. It's very responsive when you're playing those high action games. I like how you're able to customize the faceplate and the grips and even this button here. The battery life on this lasts a decent amount of time. And I like how you're able to use this with your Xbox, a Windows, or an Android cell phone. I like how you're able to map out these bumpers right here. I like how you're able to use this with the 3.5mm headphones. I also like how you're able to adjust the depths of your triggers. So if you want it all the way down, or if you don't just want a very thin light button to touch it. And I like how the charging base, you just set it like so just to charge the controller. So this is a great game controller to have. Thanks for watching.